If you're using Calendly to have potential clients book meetings with you and that information is not being automatically added into your CRM, then you're missing out. You're doing manual work when you don't need to. In today's video on One Thing Simpler, we're going to talk about how you can simplify and automate this process of leads going into Calendly and ending up in your CRM. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tara, and I help companies build automations and leverage AI so that way they can do less manual work and take advantage of the automation tools that exist today. If you need any help getting started with AI or using automations for your company, my contact information is in the description below. So feel free to reach out and I look forward to meeting you. And now let's jump into the video. I want to first start by reviewing the different tools that I will be showing you for this automation. So obviously we have Calendly because that's where all your meetings are being booked. As my CRM, I'm using the Monday CRM, so that will be the example within this video. However, you really can use any CRM because what we're going to use is a tool called Make.com that's going to connect Calendly and the CRM. Make has an option to connect to tons of different tools. So if you're not using the Monday CRM, you can connect to a different CRM. I've listed the tools in the description below so you can check them out. In order to show you this process, I actually want to go to the last step, which is the CRM, to show you that this person does not exist within the CRM. So I'm going to use the name Jesse to create a fake meeting. But you can see here that I'm in the Monday CRM and Jesse doesn't exist on my deals board. Now, let's go back to the first step, or really forward to the first step and book a meeting. Here you can see that I'm on my Calendly booking page and I'm going to choose a slot for the meeting. I'm going to hit next and I'm just going to name this person Jesse, and the email is going to be jesse@gmail.com, and here we're going to call it Jesse's Company. So I'm going to schedule this event. Now you can see the event was scheduled. If I go over to my email, you're going to see in a second that an email is going to show up telling me that an event was scheduled. Let me just refresh. Here you can see an email came in telling me that I have a meeting with Jesse coming up this Friday. Now, if I go over to my CRM, you can see here that Jesse is now added. He's showing up through the filter. Jesse's Company is here, and I also have his information here. So the information was automatically synced from when someone booked a call in Calendly to my CRM. Now the question, how did that magic happen? I'm going to show you our Make.com setup. If you look over here, you can see that we have a pretty complicated setup of Make. But essentially what Make does is it watches for someone to book a Calendly event, and then it actually does two things. One thing that I didn't even talk about in this video is it also sends the information to Mailchimp because that's where my newsletter is, and I want these people to be added to my email list. In addition to that, it sends the information to Monday and adds it to my CRM. The reason that this is so complicated is because I have a lot of different sources of these links, and I want Make to understand what the source is and then assign the source properly based on the link. And it's also checking for duplicates. So all that happens with here, I'm not going to go through all the details, but the most important part is that someone books in Calendly, Make takes that information, it goes through Make, and then it's sent to Monday.com, essentially automatically sending my information to my CRM. Before I implemented this automation, on average, it took me 2 to 3 minutes per lead coming into my company to enter them into the CRM. Now, let's say that I had on average 20 leads a week that needed to be entered into the CRM. That would take me between 40 to 60 minutes per week entering this information. Now, if you look at it over a month, that means that it took me about 4 hours to enter this information. And if you look at it on the year level, it took me about 50 hours. Can you imagine 50 hours being spent on something that you can automate? Now that is how you make one thing simpler. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you can continue watching our content on how you can help automate your business, leverage AI, and just make things simpler for your business. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.